Domination by Bangladesh, 16 for 2 Pakistan. Oh, he went back and tried to crush it through the covers, but did not quite time it.
Trying to increase the pace, Al Fahad. Little partnership, a small partnership flourishing between Saad and Riazullah.
Talha Zubair just going across, the bowling coach, former international, giving him the tips to how to keep it tight. Do not give the opportunity to the batters. Read the nature of the wicket.
All the way from dugout, the bowling coach, and good to see because he was struggling in the previous over. Maruf Mrida having a few words motivating the young fast bowler. Wickets going down early, but the concern has been 8 wides conceded by the bowling unit of Bangladesh.
Telling them that you've done the job well so far, you've got to keep up the pressure. Just with deliveries like that. That is the perfect delivery. But that's also well played by Saad, having a good look at the channel and letting the ball go with shouldering the arms. Sensible batting. You do not want to get tempted into trying and driving or cutting the ball, because you've seen the two opening batters pay the price for that.
Absolutely. It's time. Spend some quality time out there in the middle. Over routing for Shahzeb Khan. Able to get runs in this innings.
Back of length always makes the batters stick to his crease. Not quite sure whether to go forward or go back. And that's what you do. You tie up the batters with good deliveries. Don't allow them any freebies. And in the process, you build up that wee bit of pressure. When that happens, with score at 16 for 2, you're more liable to get success. Pakistan versus Bangladesh, head-to-head in the ACC Men's Under-19 Asia Cup. Bangladesh the winner, 2018, by 3 wickets. Pakistan, 2 other occasions. Nicely eased into that. Just didn't try to hit it so hard. Just a little push into the gap and a nice run taken.
Early days in their young careers, feeling the pressure. 2 batters, 2 wickets down. He looks quite impressive. Wicketless so far, going for just 5 runs. The key is the line and length for Al Fahad. Probing line and length from him. It's not providing much room and width to the batters to play those shots.
Talha Zubair will be telling him, keep it tight, keep it consistent. Do not try to overdo it. These youngsters get a little carried away. Just wide enough away from the batter, but not wide from the umpire. So that is the completion of over number 6, 17 for 2.
पानी दे दो पानी दे दो पानी खत्म हुआ है
See that sun now just making its way into the field. It's going to dry out the track. And that is what the batters have to wait for. Whatever juice there was early on with the shade, not drying early, helping the bowlers, that's going to ebb away, and they can afford to bide their time. The Pakistani batter need to be patient. Play out maybe another 1 or 2 overs without losing a wicket, and then they can start accelerating.
I completely agree with you, Shamil sir. And throughout this tournament, we have seen initial 10 overs, the batters struggled on the surface. But once you settle in and you can get that big score for your team. It's all about the temperament as of now. For Pakistan, these two batters, the captain Saad and Riyazullah out there in the middle.
Yeah, doesn't matter if they don't get a run. Saad Beg hasn't had a very successful run so far in this edition of the ACC Men's Under-19. That's confirmation of just the 4 runs against India, did not bat against the United Arab Emirates, just the 3 runs against Japan, and also not yet off the mark in terms of big runs even today.
A difficult time for Saad Beg, short of runs. A huge responsibility on his shoulders. Post some good total on board.
Gets more and more comfortable. You can see the ease with which he gets behind the line, puts the full face of the bat. It'll bolster his confidence. That's what Pakistan need at the moment to stabilize the rocking boat. This partnership, very crucial. The coach is going to be very happy if that happens.
Oh, they are doing a pretty good job, Saad and Riyazullah, but this man, be happy the way they started.
Yeah, you'd like another breakthrough while the bowlers have that proud seam to bowl with. Uh-oh. Easy enough to tuck it away. Loose delivery, gets the punishment it deserves. Well done, batter. Saad just swiveled that round and got 4 crucial runs.
A loosener from Maruf Brida. And 4 runs for Saad Beg and some runs for Pakistan. Partnership flourishing between these two, trying to bowl the Yorker. Misses the line completely and easy picking, not trying to hit it hard. Risk comes into play. No fielder station in the deep. It's a much needed boundary for Pakistan.
A very well controlled shot. You tend to get carried away if you see a juicy full toss, but here's just did exactly what was needed. Didn't try to hit it too hard, whipped it away. Good batting. And a good ball to come back with. That is spectacular from Maruf Brida.
Quickly making adjustment after a loosener. It again, bowling on the off-stump line, and full mark should be given to Saad. Very watchful, let it go. So everything is happening in this semi-final. One game between Pakistan and Bangladesh, 2 wickets down, building a partnership. It's tough time for Saad and Riyazullah, trying to survive out there in the middle.
It's going to be another wide, so they'll have to re-bowl that. Still remains at 21 for 2. Lots of wides. 9 of them in the Bangladesh innings in the 7th over. That is very indisciplined. That is where they've got to really work hard. I know they're getting a little carried away with the help there is from the wicket and also overhead conditions, ever so slightly. But 9 wides, there could have been 9 runs less. That scorecard would look more difficult for Pakistan. But they'll take it, no question about that. Eventually gets the ball to go in the right channel. And that is 7 overs completed. Pakistan have all the 2s. 22 for 2.
Bangladesh really bowled good lengths in those first 7 overs. 2 wickets to show for it. It was slightly shorter. Although in the last over, as Shamim was mentioning, They bowled 9 wide, so they struggled with their lines. But their length generally has been very, very good. And that is the reason those 2 wickets came off a fuller length. Rizwan Hussain has been very impressive. 5 wickets, good economy, nice average. He's a very good addition to the pace attack in the under-19 Bangladesh side after the first game. 1 slip in place now. Fine leg is up in the ring, the mid-wicket and mid-on on the onside. Chance, direct hit, would have had him. He'd almost given up. Just the 1.5 stump to aim at. And couldn't find the timber. Good morning, Ahmed Farhad Fidai.
Yeah, it was a very tough chance, wasn't it? As the fielders, you want to pick it up cleanly and aim at the stumps. And one thing we've seen, good morning, Shaji, there's been some problem with aiming at the stumps, right? We know that these young kids are preparing and all these things they are doing to learn to represent the country. One of the most important things is when you can affect the direct hits. Fielding has been top-notch. Plucked one off the air, sending Usman back. That was a great catch. Very unlucky as a batter, you feel sometimes when these tough chances are held on to. Yeah. The thing is, aim at the stumps, good bowling. Bowling has been very good, despite the fact that they have bowled extras. They have also continued to bowl into those channels where they've troubled the batters.
Once again, good length. So if you find the right line with the good length, life can be difficult for batters, especially early doors. Seen this kind of help here at the Dubai International Cricket Stadium in all games. But I think this is probably the best bowling display in terms of their lengths by Bangladesh, because they're looking to hit that 4-5 meter mark, drawing the batters onto the front foot. Line has been an issue at times.
Yeah, but when you look back at how Bangladesh have bowled, they have gotten wickets early on. They've sent the openers back against Afghanistan on 21, taking the first wicket. And the dugout still thinking, but probably should be happy with the way Bangladesh bowlers have bowled. Nepal on 18 when they got the first wicket, and against Sri Lanka, the first wicket they took on 10, and getting better in the semi-final. They're getting the first wicket on only 1, and that too was off a wide. I believe it was on 2 wides were bowled when Osman was out, so quite happy when your bowlers are doing the job. In this men's under-19 Asia Cup, this is the semi-final. Can't be a bigger stage than that.
Pakistan in trouble here, and so are Sri Lanka. 31 for 3. Chetan with 2 wickets. That Sharjah moisture, early morning moisture. Good bowling by India, causing Sri Lanka the early trouble. 8 gone, Pakistan 23 for 2. Semi-final time here in the ACC Under-19 Men's Asia Cup. 32 for 3. Morning blues for both the teams. Slightly delayed here in Dubai, but Sharjah got off to a prompt start. Another play and a miss. Slightly shorter in length on that occasion, and the angle of deviation was greater after the ball hit the deck.
Yeah, you know, when I was talking to the coach earlier on, this is the length that he wanted him to bowl. That good length, just a little fuller. Got a little short of a length here. So they want him in that 6 meters region and trying to ask the batter to make the mistake. Another thing is, watch for Fahad. What he's doing is, he's pitching it nicely and with the wrist coming into play, and coach was asking him not to break the wrist. just bowl it. It's okay if you cannot generate extra pace. It is if you can get it accurate, you can get the dividends.
Absolutely, and you can see the difference between the two balls. The latest delivery was fuller, drawing the batter onto that front foot. Generally, we talk about good length is 6 to 8 meters, but here 6 to 4 is good length, especially with the new ball. But yeah, line has been the issue at times. This is wide number 10 from Bangladesh, and extras make a healthy contribution because otherwise Pakistan has really struggled. 10 wides out of a total of 24.
Yeah, and the thing is, into 2 digits as far the extras are concerned. You don't want to see that. And you want more discipline from your bowlers. Bangladesh bowlers been very disciplined throughout this tournament. It's the biggest stage, Shahjeed. The pressure comes into play. And only when you play in these conditions is you prepare yourself for the bigger day. And how bigger of a day this is for Riyazullah and the skipper Saad. Riyazullah has shown a good promise. Wearing jersey number 16, he's played very handy knock, especially that 100 that he played alongside Shahzeb Khan. Everything you'll tell, a lot will depend on this young kid. Show the character to take Pakistan out of the trouble. So far, Bangladesh winning the toss, deciding to bowl first. Seems like they've enjoyed bowling there. Isn't it that you invite them to a party with it, see him and swing and say, let's keep serving you with that. The 2 openers back in the dugout.
Good bounce, good carry. That's been the feature of this Dubai pitch in this tournament. Talk about Pakistan's perspective. Shahzeb's wicket was a big wicket. They've relied heavily on him. He's enjoyed great batting form. Riyazullah also contributed with 100. Skipper Saad Beg, though. This is Riazullah's tournament. Runs in every game. 27 against India. 100 and then fighting half century against Japan. But it's a good time for Saad Beg to join the party. He's had a quiet tournament. That's way wide. Wonderful work by the wicketkeeper, who's really going away from him with the angle. His flying leap was able to prevent more extras.
Wow, do we just see a goal-saving effort if you are watching football or soccer, and then you see the goalkeeper throwing a full-fledged dive? What was that? This is the sort of a leading from the front you need as a skipper, and throwing himself all the way towards it. Brilliant, brilliant effort. Absolutely outstanding. He saved another 4 run with that.
Bowler length off the inside half of the bat. Interesting, Fareed. You call him the skipper leading from the front. Definitely, a wicketkeeper is a leader in the field. He sets the standards for the fielding side. I was talking about Saad Beg, though. Big opportunity for Saad Beg because he's out of form. We all know that, even from the Tri-Series. But he's a very good player. And sometimes situations like this, when early wickets have fallen, has allowed him the time to just dig deep, stay in that bubble. Doesn't really need to hit himself out of form. Just hang in there.
Yeah, he's indicating where you want to bowl. Yeah, Fareed over there. Skipper would ask you to lead, and you do that. 2 runs, very, very important 2 runs in the context of the game. 6 runs coming off it, 29 for 2 after 9.
Yes. Bangladesh. Looking for more breakthroughs. Was understood that the first 10 overs, the batters really had to dig deep to get through that without losing a wicket. Pakistan has lost 2 doing that. Short and wide, beautifully played. Beautiful hands through the ball. Just a little bit of width on offer, but he played it late. Carved away. Saad Beg will take plenty of confidence from that.
Yeah, the skipper out in the middle understands the value of runs on this wicket. And what a beautiful looking shot that was. A shot of a very confident man. A lot of the work has been done by the top order early on in this tournament. Now Saad just getting enough width and poses for the picture. Let's have a look. There you go. Again, that short of a length, allowing Saad to dissect that field for a very, very welcome boundary for second boundary to Saad. And talking about Pakistan, how they have been in this tournament. Remember, against India, they had a partnership of the opening wicket for 160. And then in the second match of 94, only was against Japan. They shuffled the order in the first wicket, and that too was of the skipper Saad, falling at 7.
This is Pakistan's backroom staff, coach Ghulam Ali, Agha Sabir, Rehan Riaz. They've made changes. Bit of a support coming from the dugout for the players. And that boundary has prompted a change in field. Fine leg has come up in the ring. Slip has gone out. Mid-wicket in place. Asking Rizan to bowl a bit straighter. He's got more protection on the onside now. 4 fielders. Back on good areas. And well left by Saad Beg.
You know, the approach matters when you come down to bat and you try and attack. With that, you can actually manipulate certain changes in the field. Straight away, the slip fielder was taken out. And with that, you get an extra leverage. You get any edges flying away from the wicketkeeper. Has to fly very much away from the wicketkeeper. I tell you, he's been jumping like anything. But then again, you kind of get that extra leverage for yourself. So the idea is that you also try and show some confidence and try and go and attack. Saad is doing that, of course.
Feel that he missed out on that. Yeah, that more protection in that square field on the offside now. But you make a good point, because the attacking option has been taken out. The slip, one bad delivery outside the off stump, and then that fielder was taken out. This is, as a batsman, you feel like you achieve a moral victory when you do that, when you get rid of the attacking, catching fielders. Gradually, you could see Saad is getting more assured with his footwork, with his balance, and that boundary earlier in the over, the treat to watch. He's getting more balance on the crease, Ahmed, which means that he's getting his rhythm back.
And that's not a good sign that Bangladesh will want to see. It's already been a good partnership now, 26 of 44. They have seen the early seam movement. They have seen the quickies of Bangladesh, who've been really, really spot on throughout the tournament. And with this, they complete the power play. So end of the first 10 overs, Pakistan are 33 for 2.
Big semi-final. Pakistan looking to forge a partnership. End of first power play. We got 33 for 2. Generally, the scores have been in and around that number. Kamran tells us is 38, the average power play score for the first innings. And Pakistan has lost 2 wickets along the way. That wasn't there, or that must not have been part of the plan, but they shouldn't be worried about the run scoring. No slips in place now. Maruf onto the pads, just a single, but this power play has been dominated by the Bangladesh bowlers. They started off really quickly, and The lengths were impressive. Fuller length got rid of Usman Khan, although it was slightly wider. So was the case with Shahzeb, drawing them onto the front foot. Few good boundaries, but majority of them coming off the back foot. A freebie as well. Saad Beg profits yet again of a shorter delivery. And Pakistan looking to fight back.
Yeah, and I think that Pakistan will take some heart from is on this Dubai International Cricket Stadium. If you look at it, it's Pakistan under 19 doing 47, the highest against UAE, without losing any wickets. So this has been a relatively good start. You see 33, 34, the average 38. They've lost 2 wickets, big one, Shahzeb Khan, but Riyazullah is still there. Saad is looking good. It seems like nerves must have just eased down a little bit.
Yeah, that highlights package that we saw pretty much tells you the template of this innings or the way you should be performing. Bangladesh got the wicket of a fuller length, and Pakistan got the boundaries when the ball was short and wide. So that is real indication of how things can be. If you bowl tight, you can make life difficult for the batters within the stumps on a 4 or 5 meter length. Once again off the back foot, really crunched but couldn't pierce the field. Riyazullah is looking good too.
Yeah, some instructions coming into place. That tells you of a visionary leader. He believes that, okay, there's still a lot of cricket you guys are going to play and learn from your mistakes. Coach Ghulam Ali telling him, and they've been listening very, very carefully, aren't they? And you know that pain of losing your wicket.
I can tell you one thing though, when Ghulam Ali speaks, you better listen, because he knows what he's talking about. Very handy cricketer. Oh, this is another crunching blow. Pakistan finding the fielder. It's Danchumus ease in this over, but it's good thing that the ball is finding the middle part of the bat quite often.
Yeah, he looked a little frustrated, but I tell you, don't. Because listen, you've middled it very nicely off the middle of the bat. Next thing you got to do right is dissect the fields. It's important that you are reading the pace right and you're bringing your bat down just in time. Very concerned faces of Bangladesh fans, just watching it very carefully.
Shouldn't be. They are very excitable, and you make a good point, Ahmed. When you say don't get frustrated if you hit it straight to the fielder, take the heart from the fact that you're middling it. Good point.
Yeah, Riyazullah has looked very good to me. He scored 100 already in this tournament at these men's under 19 Asia Cup 2024. Been in the partnerships, like he's been one in the partnerships, isn't he? Put together a brilliant partnership with Shahzeb Khan, and this time around already ticking along nicely. 29 of 50 balls. He's quiet, and they've brought in the slip fielder for Maroof.
And that fuller length, I like that fuller length. Like we just saw in that package, we'll come back and have a chat about it. The fuller lengths have been the difficult ones to negotiate. 11 gone, 36 for 2.
Subscribe করে দাও বিলি করছে এটা দেওয়া
Shot and punished. Very close to that fielder at short mid-wicket. Just the one. Fielder came around pretty quickly.
That's the last thing Pakistan will want, and especially that too of Riyazullah. Looks a little bit unhappy with the way he played it. Could have been a good catch, I tell you. Debashish Sarkar Deba over there at the short mid-wicket threw himself into it. Bangladesh have been really energetic at the field, really throwing themselves all around. Don't want to give him any half chances. Lucky, just a bit of a miss connection, and that could have been into his hands.